Welcome back. I got this in. What I've done is welded a piece of steel to the roof. It's a double skim roof for strength, so I welded a piece of steel on the inside that runs down there, same down there, so that this can be lifted up. And then I got 3 screws to go through, and then I only got 1 screw in the other side at the moment. This needs shaping because the battery don't fit in. Then you can see I've got a fair gap across the top I'm not happy with. So the corner of this needs reshaping, lifting up. That's why I've only got 1 screw in it. But just with a piece of 22 gauge welded to the roof there and a piece welded there, this thing is solid. It's plenty big, strong enough for what I want. Sunglasses now fit in there. So tomorrow I shall drive it and then see what the visibility is like. If it affects my visibility too much, I'm going to have to redo it. Yes, the windshield's going to get replaced. But these are going to be for interior lights, under hood lights, under bed lights, and then rear work lights. And then I got USB, which says now 4.2, but that's got to be combined. It's 2.1 on each, I would guess, because 4 amp is only USB-C, and that's not USB-C. So this thing, the whole thing's going to get wrapped in leatherette. So eventually this will all match the dash. So this will all get covered. We've just got to sort out the corners, sort out this corner. I'm happy with the corner here. But you kind of get the idea. It's more storage. I met 2 gentlemen yesterday at Friday at Home Depot. They were looking at the wheels on the truck. And they thought the wheels were pretty smart because they glow nicely in the sun. And then they look at the interior and they were like, wow, is that like a riverbed? And they were impressed. And I said to them, well, it's a work in progress, as most of these vehicles are. What I did when I welded this steel in is I covered all the seats with wet towels. Cover the dash with wet towels as well. When you're welding, you're going to get sparks. I don't really want to set fire to my new seats or burn my new seats. So the seats now need to clean, but there's no burn holes. So this can stay like this for a week, hang on any time this week coming up to work on it. I'll scribe that so I know where it's going, so I can redo that, and then I'll drill the other fixings. And then when I'm happy with it, if I'm happy with the level of this, then I shall finish it off, wrap it in vinyl, call it done. I actually added red and a blue LED as well. That's for the keyless system. When the key is away from the system, it flashes red and blue on this LED. All I'm going to do is extend the wires, run them in there, and it actually lights up the dash fairly nice. So I'll say these are my new interior lights. I'm also going to change to a Cree LED in there, so the inside should be super bright. But yeah, it's impressive just with that steel welded in there. This thing is nice and solid. If it vibrates when I go down the road, that's why I'm going to road test it tomorrow. Then I shall add more strengthening points. I'll add bits at the end if need be. There's a tiny bit of movement this end, but I don't know how much of a problem that's going to be. I don't really want to excuse me, I don't really want to fix in going through the front. So I might have to work out some way of putting a plate on there and a resin, a bolt in the back, so this can slide in and hook in before it gets wrapped in vinyl. Yeah, it's just a little bit more storage. And I didn't really want to put switches on there in case of a wreck. Passenger's face, it's the switches. So up there they won't. If they hit them up there, I'll be impressed. But as you can see, these holes need some work. They're not completely straight and square. I just roughed them out with the jigsaw, which is probably the worst tool on the planet. But these are going to get wrapped in aluminum, same as them. So these all have nice square edges at the end. All this will be wrapped in leatherette and the black rubber on the inside. Progress. Not everyone's cup of tea, but nor is coffee.